Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Richard and things are just waking up here at London Excel Centre. This is the fully charged electric everything show 2024 in London, and we've got to come into the show before it opens to the public. So quite a few things to see here. You can see the size of this building, and there's a number of new cars. You see behind me there the MG Cyberster. I get to have a poke around a Kia EV9, Volvo EX30, BYD seals, and there's a couple of new unveilings as well, which we'll try and catch. So loads of stuff happening. This will be a little bit of a summary of everything. This is a new Ford Explorer electric vehicles. First time I've been up close to one, so I quite like the look of it. It's going like, you know, kind of this boxy style, almost like some of the Volvos, but I like the look of it. It's all right. It's got this obviously quite distinctive big flat panel here. I presume we've got some matrixy headlights here. Looks like some cornering lights, front parking sensors. Looks like a radar there. There's a front camera actually, something a Tesla Model Y doesn't have. Not yet, at least. Maybe they're going to do it. Looks like quite big wheels. What have we got here? 20-inch wheels. Now this apparently has a 77 kilowatt hour battery pack. There's going to be 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive versions of the car and a couple of different spec options. This is a late pre-production car, but apparently it's like 99% production finished on this car. First impressions, the size and height. I'm 6 foot tall. They've got this shoulder height. That's about the same as a Tesla Model Y, isn't it, I would say, in terms of height, but I think it's actually just a bit smaller. Funny finish on the glass here, kind of pattern there. I don't know if that kind of does anything. It's kind of like mirrored. That section's mirrored. Sort of tinted, that's just sort of plastic there, tinted LED red lights. Right, let's have a look in the side of the back of it then. So, bit of storage under the boot floor here. Again, not quite Model Y. There's actually another little gap down here where you can put some cable storage. Quite a good flat area, just a little lip there. That load height, nice square entrance there. What have we got? Oh, electronic deployable tow bar. Hey, look at this. Very good. That's good. I like that. You don't get that with a Tesla either. All right, let's jump inside. I'm going to put my seat in. It goes back a long way. Can't even reach the pedals. It's still going. I'm nearly in the back seat. So the seat goes back a long way. Let me just come back forward a bit. There we are. Again, a different feel to, I keep saying Tesla Model Y, I don't need to keep comparing this to that, I just I'm very familiar with. So it's got quite a different feel with this kind of higher dashboard, much more enclosed. So in here, definitely feels a smaller car. What have we got here? Kind of a rubbery trim on the doors here, a bit of kind of carbon fiber trim here. And then this is kind of a vinyl-y plastic. Right, let's see if the window's good now. Oh, they're doing it like the VW, where you have to press the button to do the rear windows.
That is from VW.
That is just a VW switch panel, isn't it?
It looks like. Okay, yes, it is.
That's a point.
ID.4.
Yeah. How come we got the same switches as?
It's Ford. What's going on here?
Where's the link? Is there? I think. Yeah. Okay, so we got like the Ford with VW switches, or maybe VW's Ford switches. Who knows? So there's no power on in this vehicle, so I can't see what it looks like, but there's a large screen in the middle here in a sort of portrait landscape, and then there's 2 big haptic panel buttons on the steering wheel here. Drive selector on the column here, so unlike a modern Tesla, you do have stalks and then wipers and such like on this side. And then there's a little binnacle display here for your speed. So again, the people that don't like the Tesla single screen, you've got a more conventional speedo display here, and then with the center screen, 1 wireless phone charger, not 2, and a very, very deep central pocket down here. That drops right down here. Now, let's have a look at the seat here, because one thing, it doesn't have any adjustable thigh support, which is like a Tesla. Adjustable lumbar, but no adjustable thigh support and 3 memory settings. So, well, look, it's quite conventional. Feels like it's quite durable. I mean, that's quite a firm plastic. There's a bit of material there. Has this feel. In fact, as I look out on this bonnet here, it's a bit like having the older Land Rover Discoveries, because I can actually, it's quite square. I can actually see the corners of the bonnet. What the? That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. So the seat's lower to the floor. What a Tesla, I keep saying Tesla Model Y this. The Tesla Model Y, you can get your feet way under the seat in front, so whereas this seat's lower to the floor. Nonetheless, it's pretty good in here. The car definitely feels narrower, so although you could probably squeeze 3 people in the back seat for a short time, 2 people though will be fine. And let's have a look. I've got an adjustable headrest there. What's kind of weird is as I sit back in the seat, I've actually got this pillar here is kind of blocking, you know, I've kind of got to go like that to see out. But actually, I'm a bit surprised by how much space I've got here. And I think that's really quite reasonable. Couple of USB ports. Again, sort of firmer plastics there. It feels like it's built for durability. Probably the best way to put it. So, well, that's it. That's my quick pod and poke around a Ford Explorer. I'd be interested to know more about it as the specs and everything does get confirmed and pricing. And I think they're coming out to the UK really quite soon. I think the order books have just opened for them. So there we have it. Ford Explorer. I've been interested to see this car, Kia EV9, very distinctive looking, big luxury car. Well, what's interesting in the EV segment is if you need a 6 or 7 seat large family car, there isn't much choice out there. Tesla Model X, left-hand drive only and rather expensive as well. Volvo EX30 is on its way, but this car is here and now, so you can get 6 or 7 seat versions of this. Is this going to replace some Land Rover Discovery multi-seat cars on the road? Well, I think that's possibly what it's trying to do. And Land Rover Discoveries don't come cheap either. Right, anyway, let's look at the front here. Obviously, it's got this very distinctive front end. Do you know what? I think in black, this would remind you of like a Cadillac, like you know, you'd see in part of the convoy for the President of the United States, or the CIA in it, or something like that. I think in black, this would look like a Cadillac Escalade, is it? I don't know, we don't get them over here, but it's got that kind of presence about it. It is big, so big, square, makes no shame about it, that's all good. 21-inch wheels on this car. What I kind of want to get a feel for myself with this car is, look, I had loads of Land Rover Discoveries. I've still actually got a Discovery that I use occasionally to tow big, heavy trailers. So, you know, would this be something that you consider changing a Land Rover Discovery for? Does it have that feel about it? Well, from here, look, it feels big as well, and I've got the big, expansive bonnet that I can see in front of me here. So like a Land Rover Discovery, you can actually see all the corners of the car there. The materials here feel quite nice and premium. Slightly firmer plastics there. That's a bit more of a durable plastic. That's my new word, durable plastic. So what have we got? The center console here. Again, just one phone charger. This is bugging me. Since, you know, I use a Tesla a lot, you've got 2 wireless phone chargers, driver, passenger, only one. So I want to see more dual chargers. Massive cup holders here. Yep, certainly going to get some cups in there. And then big storage under here, but actually kind of awkward to get to. But yeah, I mean, there's quite a lot of room in here. It feels nice and spacious and with width. You're not exactly sat on top of each other, right? So that's a comfortable seat, reasonable driving position. It feels like a bit of a beast, I have to say. Now, this looks like the 7-seater version. So with this driving seat in my position, or it was, it's now moving. Oh yeah, hey, this, yeah, this is big, isn't it? This is big. Does this row go forward on there? There we go. Right, so even like that, that goes right like that. Ah, yeah, I could be chauffeured around in this, you know. Is this a separate sunroof for the rear, and I've got separate climate control up here. Well, this is something where you'd sleep quite happily. And then I want to see how much space there is behind. So again, I could put this bench, that's all the way back, that's all the way forwards. Let's put it in a sort of medium position like that. Now I want to try these back seats. Let's see how we get in there. There we go. There we have it. That's doable. That's doable. What have we got here? Electric seat adjustment in the back. Reasonable. So what's quite good, I mean, yeah, these ones don't move back. So in reality, for me to sit in the back, I would need this seat further forward, which it can go. In fact, put this one down. Yeah, that's all right, that's all right. And then I can still sit, well, you could sit somebody there, but it'd be a bit tight. Yeah, it's doable, it's doable. One thing I was just thinking there, being very practically minded, was the tailgate is only that much in from the rear bumper, so if you to reverse into something, you're probably going to get into the tailgate quite quickly because there's not much kind of bumper space to spare. In here, what have we got? So not really much storage underneath. What is good is you've got somewhere to put the parcel shelf when you're not using it. That's a good idea. And then obviously you've got your big load area here, and you can drop the seats from here, and you can drop the seat from here. God, they fly down, don't they? And then that's electronic. What's this button do here? Oh, like a tailgate opener, 12-volt socket. So, big square load area. Of course, you could lay out in that quite happily, couldn't you? Good for the trips to IKEA and other well-known furniture stores. Roof rails. There's kind of big spoiler thing here. It's actually got a wiper up there as well. So up in here is actually a wiper blade. And there's is that the camera? I can't work out. That's the camera, I think. Yeah. And then there's another camera down here. That must be a camera, yeah, and the wiper blade up there. Well, look, there you go. If you want a massive, practical, electric family car, that's the one. It's the only one. There's nothing else out there at the moment, is there? So, Kia EV9, not bad. The BYD seal here, getting a lot of interest. Now, the Tesla stand is just next door, and of course, it even looks quite like a Tesla Model 3 Highland. So, a lot of people swarming around this. You see people queuing up to get test drives. BYD, don't underestimate them. There's a massive company behind it. They might be quite new in the UK with some marine mammal names, but a big company making big waves, and a lot of people really rate this car highly. If I'm honest, having just sat inside it, nicer seats than a Model 3 Highland, but much more sort of plasticky dashboard and centre console, and the graphics on the screen are a little bit, I don't know, not quite the same as Tesla quality graphics. And I think it actually looks quite similar, but I can see why as a competitor it's getting a lot of interest. And it's very loud here. They've even got DJ set going on at BYD, making sure they're known here. So BYD going to great lengths to make sure they stand out. Hey, look at this little thing. This is a silence. I think this is actually a new unveiling, actually. My God, this is similar. I need to find a picture. When I was at design college, I designed a little car which you could base off a quad bike frame. And it looks remarkably like this. I made a little model of it. It looks remarkably like this. Headlight, single headlight in there. Look at that. It's like a Cyclops eye, isn't it? What?
Cyclops eye.
Yeah, it's like a Cyclops. That's quite a funky little car. This is a Silence SO4, a really tiny urban city car. It's actually got air conditioning, so unlike a Citroen Ami. It's got two seats in it, but side by side, so unlike a Renault Twizy. It's like a sort of smart car that's shrunk in the wash. It's obviously electric, and I've seen aboard it says £16,000, which obviously for a new car like this size is quite a lot. But I guess if you've got a very small urban space you've got to drive in, then that's the car for you. Anyway, we're going to see if we fit inside it.
Where are we on?
So this is called a Silence. It's a really tiny little electric city car, I presume. It is cosy in here. I mean, two of us are just about in. But you do have to bear in mind, I can stick my arms out of both windows and almost touch my hands on the roof. This is the new Volvo EX30. So these are now coming out in the UK. You can go down to your local Volvo dealer and probably test drive one of these. A small, compact, kind of urban SUV, you might call it. Let's have a look at the space inside it, though. For a car that really is quite small. I wonder if I sit next to you.
Yeah, all good.
You all right?
Oh, hello.
How you doing? You know me, do you?
I do.
Good. There you go. I just randomly got in the car with this guy, and he knows our channel. What do you think of this, then?
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by it because it's smaller than I thought it was.
Yeah.
And I like smaller cars.
Yes, it's going to be a popular thing. It's just got some lovely details. I love this little thing here, which, I mean, that just moves the air vent around, but isn't that just a lovely little different detail? I like that.
To make it different, exactly. Cars are too same nowadays.
And this will be similar to what we've used to in the Polestar type software and Volvos, which is good software. Always like that. It's an all right little thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I quite like it.
Right, so I'm going to see how much space there is behind me. So in fact, our seats are about the same price. So I'm 6 foot. Let's see if I get in. Oh, I like the door handles. They're nice. They're really nice. Oh, they're really cool. Right, I'm in. Yeah. It's all right. It starts coming down a bit here, so I don't have a ton of kind of space there, but, you know, I'm 6 foot. I'm in. Fit behind you all right as well. I mean, you're going to get 4 in here, not 3 on the back seat. But for its size outside, it's okay inside, isn't it? For a small car, it's got a reasonable boot space as well. Some storage under the floor there for some cables and stuff. In fact, quite a lot of storage. It's not massive, but I think that's actually about the size of like a VW ID.4, probably a good comparison, like a VW Golf. I quite like this little thing, you know. If you need something that's quite compact, run around in, with some really beautiful little design touches, that really stands out. I like that. Now this is a Ioniq 5, but with a bit of a difference. So the Ioniq 5's been with us for a little while, and it's quite a reasonable car, quite a spacious, practical family hatchback. But this one's a bit of a spicy version. Now it's not just quick, but they claim a lot for its handling. It's like a proper track car. And what this has been notable for is it's got these kind of fake engine sounds, but like really sounding like an engine, and throttle bips and drift mode and stuff like that in a Hyundai Ioniq 5. So a drift track machine with engine sounds, which is also quite a practical family car. So there we go. I'm gonna have a look around it and see what I think of it. I mean, it looks distinctly different from the normal Ioniq 5. It's got this actual slatted grille at the front here. You've got these scoops. It sits lower, it's notably lower down, isn't it? You know, it's much lower. I do like these massive wheels, and look at the size of these brakes. I mean, my goodness, look at that. These are not just for show. These are meaningful brakes, aren't they? Lovely wheels. I mean, it looks really quite different to a normal Ioniq. It's not just been spiced up a bit, but look at all these vents and skirts and stuff like that. It's gone absolutely bonkers. It's like it's lost its mind and gone crazy. Shake it. Look at this. That's what she said. Oh, wow. I just sort of fell down into it. I'm used to Ioniq 5 where you just slide in, but this one I just fell down into. Very supportive seats. Oh, this is better. They've done a different console to the normal Ioniq 5 where the thing moves backwards and forwards. I actually prefer that. That's better.
I just want to press end button.
You just want to press the end button? You all right now?
Yeah.
Key not in vehicle, can't do much. Custom one. So there's some remarkable... Yeah, can't do that. 40% battery, 81 miles of range. You do the calcs. But my God, these seats, right? You got to try the seats a minute. It's good. How many paddles does one steering wheel need? So I've got paddles at the back. That looks like regen, and I've got a red button, which is...
Press that.
It probably says something like "Do not press."
Press it.
Bang! Another button there, drive mode, an end button, another end button. I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool. This
Gran Turismo in real life.
This is it. This is like an actual driving computer game. And it even does like a sort of rev limiter and drift modes, and it's completely bonkers and insane. And yet you can actually still put your family in, but this seat this means business. Quite a good camera. Look, all these different things in the rearview mirror.
You can watch a movie in the rearview.
Yeah. I don't want to drive forwards. Head-up display, don't get that in Tesla. Yeah, so I'm just watching the film in the rearview mirror, officer. That's fine, not a problem. Nothing to see here apart from this movie. So I don't know how you get to play videos in the rear screen there. This is like an Ioniq 5 on steroids dialed up to 11, isn't it? Is it still okay for the family? Yep. Yeah. A track car, you can put baby seats. It's still got like the reclining back seats, so you can sit upright, or you can actually recline it right back and chill like a chinchilla. Still got the window blinds for the kids in the back there, no problem. Heated seats, this is cool. Well, this is quite a thing actually. Kints, I quite like this.
Yeah, me too.
I quite like this.
Now we need to buy Cyberstone and this.
Oh, I like the EX30 as well. The back of it, like this is a complete different car. Like it's extended. It's got is that a brake light in the middle, or just a fog light right down the middle there, like a Formula One car, big air diffuser. This is all completely different to the standard car. This is sticking right out. In fact, they've had to build little recesses for the reversing sensors. Has it still got a practical boot? And it's got a rear wiper blade. Probably a fog light, I should think. Yeah.
I think that's brake light.
You reckon it might be? I think I've seen the videos of these things drifting, fair enough. I've seen that they look quite different, fair enough. But when you're actually with it in the flesh, it is just fairly insane, really. It is just gone bonkers over any normal Ioniq 5. I mean, this stands out, doesn't it? It really stands out. There's been a bit of company branding on this. You're going to be spotted everywhere. Yeah, I need to borrow one of these. Where's Hyundai Press? This is a new smart #3, number 3, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, look, this is just coming out as well. A new model. This is a Brabus version with a few body kit bits. like a coupe version or like an SUV boxy version. Do you remember we saw this before? There's kind of weird graphics and stuff like that.
What is this? What's this middle console thing?
Yeah, it's a bit sort of plasticky. Not really my kind of thing, but you know, we'll put that in a video. Yep, that's the Smart number 3, cool. Now this is now a Moda 5. I've got to admit, something I've not really heard of before. I only read about it quite recently. A new car, I don't know much about it, but this is it. So I've got a quick look around it whilst we're here. It's one of the first, I think the first one in the UK, an unveiling of it. So it looks like a sort of mid-size SUV family car. What do we think? Kind of sharp edge. You know, this front end's quite distinctive, isn't it? Looks like that's actually the headlights down there. This is just like an eyebrow thing, but in person, that's quite a distinctive pointy bit. Aero wheels. Let's have a quick look inside it. What have we got here? That looks like the Mercedes Burmeister sound. You know, how Mercedes does this whole panel look? Doesn't say Burmeister on this one, but it looks very much like a Mercedes, doesn't it? Let's have a look in here. Yeah, haptic buttons. I've seen the steering wheel somewhere before. Where have I seen that? That's from another car. Seen this before. Yeah.
That's VW, isn't it?
I don't know, seen it before. Or it just looks very similar to all other wheels. 45% battery, 121 miles. It's got a couple of screens. I don't know, there's not that much to say about it really. It's looking kind of going for fairly premium kind of feel. Space in the back. Okay. And that's the back of it. Well, that's the Moda 5. It's another car. Hard to get excited about it, really. It doesn't really much stand out. Maybe it's super cheap or something. Maybe it's good in some way. It's another choice, isn't it, at the end of the day? Anyway, moving on. Now this has caught our attention. This looks good, Gins, doesn't it? What have we got? Now that looks nice. A fully electric conversion or something. Let's look at that. That's a beast. Wonder what the efficiency's like, Gins. Oh, that's cool. That is a whole bag of cool going on there. Seeing more and more converted classics now. This is one of my favourites yet, and this, Nissan Datsun 240Z. And it's just really cool. I love stuff like this. A bit retro, really nice, neat conversion here. But look at the inside. They've kept all the classic things, but then all modernised. I love the dash. It's wicked. I love this. This is one of my favourite things here. Right, that's it from us for this show. Literally this show. What's really good is there's just a massive choice of cars, energy-saving devices for your home, heat pumps, chargers. I love some of the electric classic car conversions. Love some of that stuff. There's camper van conversions. There's everything out there now. And that's the point, really. There's a massive choice out there and new, really exciting cars. There are two cars that have really stood out and been really good to see here today. The MG Cyberster and the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. Honestly, I want to buy those cars. Should I buy one of those cars? I don't know, it's tempting. Put your comments down below, and if so, which of those two would you get? Because they're both kind of starting to come over to the UK now. But what the point is really is just a massive choice out there. So if you're interested in getting into EVs, learning more about it, and not just EVs, but home energy solutions that are more efficient and gas boilers, for example, then do come and check out one of these shows. Fully charged and electric everything, but there's loads of other shows as well out there. So hopefully this gives you a bit of a flavour for just some of the content at these types of events. Make sure you check them out soon, but thank you for watching in the meantime. See you in another video very soon.